This video I've been putting off doing for a couple weeks. Those that know me know that I'm a big Laker fan. I've always been. Grew up in Oregon. My dad grew up in Southern California, so I carried on his teams when we were kids. He liked the Dodgers, he liked the Lakers, he liked the Rams, so we liked those teams too. I remember being a kid and crying when the Celtics beat the Lakers, and my Uncle Bruce making fun of me because Magic Johnson just isn't as good as Larry Bird. And I was just like, whatever, dude, he's way better. He's way funner to watch. Larry Bird's boring. I've always been a Laker fan, and I became a huge fan of Kobe Bryant. Like, my very first memory of Kobe was my mom and I were actually watching NBA Inside Stuff with Ahmad Rashad, and he was interviewing Kobe before he went to the draft. And I thought, that's a cool guy. Like, I like to see where his career goes. And he wound up a Laker, and that made it even better because I was a Laker fan. Obviously, like, this news is post Kobe's departure from Earth. It's been 2 weeks. Today is Sunday. It's been 2 weeks since the helicopter crash died, and him and his daughter died, and then 7 other people. And it's a really, really sad, it's been really sad. It's been like, it's weird. It's strange. It's strange to me because I've been grieving strange. I've never grieved for a celebrity like this. And I've never looked around and seen other people grieving for a celebrity like this. And it was really strange. I got the news. Nimi and I were going to a photo shoot. I got the news. I looked at my phone as I was pulling up to the photo shoot, and my pastor from Oregon actually texted me and he said, I know you are a Kobe fan. And I saw those and I was like, oh no, what happened to Kobe? And so I immediately Googled Kobe Bryant and saw, and then my Twitter, as soon as I saw that, my Twitter blew up. I saw Gary V's tweet, no, God, no, please, no. And then I was kind of like, wait, what? Like, I believed it because I saw it, and it's, you know, you see stuff, but you don't see it when you Google it. You know, you see Eddie Murphy died, and so you go and Google it, and then you don't see it immediately. But this was immediate. All the information was there. So I got to the photo shoot. Our photographer and Nimi's friend were already there. And I got out of the car. I was wearing a collared shirt, and I was like, I can't breathe. Like, I physically couldn't breathe. Like, I had a lump in my throat. I felt like I got punched in the gut, and I just couldn't catch my breath. And I was like taking off my shirt because I couldn't breathe. And I've never had a reaction like that to news of a celebrity death before. The whole day, my hand was shaking. I kept looking, and I was doing my best to be there for Nimi, but I was really preoccupied with this news. I was looking, and then you read, you know, at the time we didn't know his daughter was with him. You read Rick Fox was there. It's just like, it was like really complicated. I'm like calling my brothers, talking to my brothers, calling my dad, talking to my dad. But the next couple days, like, I found myself just in these points, and like they consumed that whole day. It was crazy. Nimi and I went to dinner that night. I wasn't really hungry. I didn't really have an appetite. We went to dinner that night, and another guy I happened to have this jersey, 24, in the van that day. And so I put it on immediately. And we were at dinner, and there was this guy that walked up to me, and he was also wearing a Kobe jersey, and he gave me a hug. He was like, we'll get through it. And I was like, this is so strange. Like, yeah, like, okay, we'll get through it. He like tears in his eyes and everything. And in my private times, I would have tears. I would have sadness and emotion and like all this stuff. And I kept asking myself, why am I reacting this way? Why is this? This is somebody that I didn't know. I saw him one time at a gas station. We gave a head nod, right? It was about a year ago. It's at the Arco gas station on Bristol in Newport Beach. He was walking out, I was walking in. I looked back at him, gave him a head nod. He nodded back. I thought to myself, I should go take a picture with him. He lives nearby. I'll take a picture with him some other time. I also always thought that he was in the entertainment world now. I always thought that eventually Nimi would work on a project with him, and I'd get to take a picture with him, get to talk with him then. So I was just like, oh, well, like, and honestly, I'm really happy I didn't ask for a picture. I am glad that I didn't ask for a picture because I know he was just trying to live his life and do his thing. But that was the only interaction I ever had person to person with him. So why am I reacting this way? Why do I have these emotions? Why do I have this feeling? I kept asking myself, why is this happening like this? And I went through a full day of mourning Sunday, full day Monday. Like, it was really difficult. Like, it was weird. I realized on Tuesday that there was a lot of connections that I have with people that centraled around Kobe Bryant, right? So like I said, I grew up in Oregon. My brothers and I would go to Blazer games and we would watch the Lakers lose, always. They would always lose playing in Portland. But we would go head to toe in Laker gear. That was the thing. Like if you walked in Laker gear and they lost, you couldn't cover it up. You had to walk out in Laker gear. I remember one time Chris tried to put on a jacket. We're like, no, son. No, you came in with that yellow jersey. You're walking out with that yellow jersey. I remember one time Cameron was with us, and he's a giant Blazer fan. He was really happy the Blazers won. And we were out getting in our car, and some guy wanted to fight us because we're all in Laker gear, and Cameron goes over to like de-escalate the situation, and all of a sudden we're pulling Cameron off the guy because he's about ready to fight the guy because of what he was saying about us. I remember when I moved to LA and I didn't go any longer to the Blazer games with my brothers, and I remember my brothers calling me after Kobe scored 47 points and they won the game, and they called me and they said, "You were the curse, Danny, you were the curse." I remember my dad and I, like we were working here, and we both were working this part-time job, and we both were waiting to find out if we got jobs that we really wanted. And we both got the bad news that neither of us got the job we wanted on the same day. And it was raining, and the work we were doing, we had to work outside and we couldn't work that day. So we're sitting in my tiny little room that I rented, and both of us were like depressed. And my dad's like, let's go, let's get out of here. We got to get out of here. Got to shake this off. So we went in the pouring rain to Legends in Belmont Shore. I think the Lakers were playing the Bobcats. And we watched, and they were losing almost the entire game. And in the last minute, Kobe scored like 13 points. And I remember my dad and I looking at each other, and there was just this overwhelming feeling of like, hey, we can go out and do this now. Like, it's going to be okay. And like wow, I'm getting emotional right now. So many memories that I have, Christmas Day games, watching with my brothers, with my dad. And that's what it came down to, is like I realized like Kobe, the person, was like a central person in my life. There were a lot of memories were had with people that I really love and really care about. And then the fact that we're not promised tomorrow. Life is quick. Life is fast. Life is a vapor. It's a breath. And we're not given the opportunity sometimes to say the things that we want to say to people. And it was just like a realization for me that, wow, like the people that I love, the people that I'm around, one day they're not going to be here. How will I handle that? And so it wasn't necessarily Kobe thing. It's more of like the connection around Kobe. I put on this jersey that Sunday, and I've worn this jersey every day. Don't worry, I've washed it at night. But I've worn this jersey every single day. And I said I was going to wear the jersey until I could find aspects of Mamba mentality that I wanted to apply to my life. So Kobe had Mamba mentality, and there were elements of Mamba mentality that I want to figure out and apply to my life to honor Kobe's legacy and what he meant to me and to my family and to the people around me. I wanted to take elements of Mamba mentality and try to apply them to my everyday life so that his legacy can live on in my life. So I've come up with like 3 things that I really think are super important that I learned from Kobe Bryant. And the first is work ethic. There's all these stories of his work ethic, how people would see him in the gym, first in the gym, shooting before anybody else got there. You would hear these stories all the time, like whatever team he was on, with the Lakers, with the Olympic team when he was a kid, he was always working. His work ethic was strong because he knew that with a strong work ethic, he could accomplish the goals that he had to accomplish. So I want to apply Mamba work ethic to my life and to everything that I find my hand to do. I want to do it with incredible effort and incredible passion and dedication, perseverance, with preparation. Like, that's the first thing that I want to honor Kobe in with my life. The second thing would be his expectation of others. Like, he had an expectation that others were going to bring their A game, right? He had an expectation that they were going to bring their best forward, and he didn't let people slack on that. And sometimes he was known, people didn't like that about him, because sometimes people want to give a mediocre effort. Kobe would never let a mediocre effort happen, but he would never let that happen because he was not going to give a mediocre effort. So he expected the same that he was giving, and I want to do that. I want to expect others. I want to have that level of expectation from others that helps them to rise up above mediocrity. And then the third kind of piggybacks off of that is just being able to pull the very best out of people, right? Kobe took people that were on teams that were on good teams and never won, and he made them champions. And I want my life to be able to help people become champions. And I work on that every day through my work with ATAP. We're constantly working with kids, trying to give them vision and dream for their life that they can accomplish, and they can get more out of their life than they expect. And I want to take people and create champions in life. And so those are the three things that I'm going to honor Kobe with in my life. Now that I figured that out, I can actually take off this jersey. I'm actually going to hang it on my wall in my office. Like I said, I've been wearing it for the last 2 weeks, but I also had this shirt made, custom made, and it just says Kobe. And on the back, I put a lot of memories from my life that surround Kobe. So I put watching Ahmad Rashad on NBA Inside Stuff with my mom. Number 8, my first ever jersey that I bought at Walmart. I gave my number 8 jersey to Rolo in Bacolod City, Philippines. You had a no-look pass behind the back to yourself with a fadeaway J. And I remember going, this guy's good. 2000, 2001, 2002 championships, sitting in the cheap seats at the Rose Garden in Portland, Oregon, head to toe in Laker gear, Blazer fans hating us, homemade MVP posters, chanting every time you touch the ball. My brothers, my dad, all together. Trash talk with Raymond, John Farger, and the Parnell twins, always talking trash. Preaching at Praise Chapel, Sacramento when Pau Gasol became a Laker, and getting that news in the middle of my sermon and not having any idea of how I was going to continue. The day it rained at Legends, Belmont Shores, California. I never got to see you win in Portland. Zeke Rewards playoffs game at Staples Center. That doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but to my dad and I, it's really good. Number 24. Pal, put your big boy pants on. The Black Mamba. The Kobe game face. I remember my brother G started doing the game face when we'd play, and he'd start chewing on his jersey running up the court. Popped your Achilles and still made your free throws. 60 points in your final game, no other way. The letter you wrote to basketball, dear basketball, that turned into a short that won you an Oscar. Post-basketball fatherhood. Someday Nimi would work with you on set. The Arco on Bristol and Newport Beach. These are just some of the memories, and so I put them on this shirt. And this is my Kobe shirt now. I put them on here so I can memorialize these memories, and I'm going to change into that shirt later, and I will stop wearing this jersey every day, and I'm going to work my very best to apply the things that I learned from Kobe into my life, into my daily life. I'm thankful for you, Kobe. I don't know if in heaven you can see these things or how that all works, but thank you. Thank you for the entertainment of watching a basketball game. Thank you for the inspiration of working hard and accomplishing anything. Thank you for everything you did for Los Angeles. And thank you. Just thank you.